Cause I feel like I'm heading in the wrong direction. I always find myself coming back to the question, ooh, what's a man gotta do, what's a man gotta do to get close to you? What's a man gotta do, what's a man gotta do to get close to you?
Welcome to Boy Midflight, where the stories get real, the laughs get loud, and the feels, well, they just might take flight. I'm your narrator and author, Charlie David, and this audiobook podcast is brought to you by Border to Border Entertainment. Here, we make love stories, whether they're messy, magical, or somewhere in between. This novel is a special one because I'm sharing something close to my heart. My very first book. Yep, I wrote Boy Midflight when I was just 18 years old, and now I'm opening it up for you to enjoy. Cringe, swoon, and hopefully laugh along with me. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the Border to Border Entertainment YouTube channel so you never miss a chapter of this journey. And let's be real, so you can keep the love stories coming. And hey, I love hearing from you. Got a question, a comment, or just want to fangirl or fanboy over a particular chapter? Drop it in the comments. I read them all, and trust me, I enjoy responding just as much. Oh, and if you find yourself falling for this story, you can support my work by grabbing your own copy of Boy Midflight. The paperback and ebook are just a click away. Links are in the show notes and about section. All right, enough chit-chat. Let's get this story soaring. Ready? Let's dive in.
Chapter 1. I really want this to work. Us, I mean. Why does it have to be so complicated? Chris asks with a sigh, sinking into the comfort of his bed. He's staring at the ceiling as if the solution might be hidden there somewhere in the plaster. I know. Me too, I answer. Admittedly, our communication skills are somewhat lacking. He closes his eyes and lets out another sigh, and I imagine him absorbing the serenity created by his recent feng shui reorganization of his room. That's part of our problem, of course. We imagine what each other is thinking instead of actually talking. Enya is trying her best to lull us into a meditative and calm state from his stereo as I catch a glimmer of a smile on Chris's face. He's lifted his t-shirt and his fingers are dancing in time to the music over his recently shaved torso. We're good like this, just pleasantly occupying the same space. My eyes meander over his forearms and the defined muscles there developed from hours of time spent with pastels, charcoals, and paints. How can I describe him to you? He is fair of skin, hair, and temperament. His pale, flecked blue eyes are just drops of the emotionally turbulent ocean that is his soul. He's got this ever-present, acute anticipation of life. Or maybe it's an urgency to be more than he believes he is. I haven't decided which yet. At 24, he's 5 years older than me, and yet I feel we're the same. We're like eager children waiting and longing for something beyond our knowledge. Do I love him? I don't know what that is. Who the hell am I? Right. First things first. My name is Ashley, a small town boy with dreams of city lights. Chris and I attend a performing arts school in Victoria. What do I want to do with my life? I'm comfortable saying, I don't know. And that's all right. Chris raises himself up on one elbow and just looks at me sitting in the leather swivel chair at his sketching desk. There are a handful of pastel and charcoal images strewn atop the desk. The pictures are good, damn good. Angels, dragons, winged fairies, and demons look out from the pages and pierce me with their living eyes. The virtues and vices of the human spirit creatively manifested with art supplies. I look back at Chris. I wonder what he's thinking. The corners of his mouth lift and transform into a silly grin. What? I ask. He shakes his head but maintains the eye contact and his contagious grin, which I realize has crept across my face. Nothing, he replies. Feel up to a walk in the rain? Living on Vancouver Island with a tropical weather system, there is a fair chance of showers every day. Victoria is a city of rain. As we step into the gusty, thrilling chill of the night air, Chris draws a quick breath between his teeth. I recognize this to be one of his thinking breaths. You know, Chris breaks the silence, I really want this to work. Us, I mean. You said that. The problem is Jeremy. I really love him, but I'm so attracted to you. Chris explains as he steals a glance at me. Ah, Jeremy. Chris's boyfriend. Nice way to wreak havoc on a perfect evening. I was wondering when I'd have to tell you about him. They've been a unit for about 6 months now. Jeremy is of First Nations descent, a very funny guy with notions of being a film director. Although Chris and I were sniffing around each other since school started, there was no possibility of a relationship because I had a girlfriend, Rachel. I know. He had a boyfriend, I had a girlfriend. It's about to get complicated, so grab an espresso. Make it a double. Where was I? Oh, right, with a woman. Well, eventually I woke up and realized that in a toss-up between my girlfriend and my so-called life reruns, there was always a clear victor. Jared Leto won, hands down, every time, without fail, irrevocably, undeniably, and uncontestable hero of heroes. Oh, be still my heart, my sweet Jesus, he's beautiful. You get the idea. I ditched the girlfriend. Now, single, gay, and terrified, I feel ready to reciprocate Chris's past advances. One problem. Now, he's with Jeremy. Jeremy's really a funny guy. Man, he makes me laugh, but sometimes I get so angry with him. He does the stupidest things, Chris continues. Sometimes I think he's too young for me. Well, I'm 5 years younger than you. Yeah, but you're different. You don't seem younger. I was really surprised when you two started seeing each other. I didn't even think Jeremy was gay. What about me? Did you know about me? Chris presses. I saw it from a mile away. You had it written across your face, I tease. He punches me playfully in the arm and extorts. That was my New Year's resolution. To be more straight. You know, watch the Super Bowl and stuff. Well, how's it going? I ask. Chris groans and jettes onto the street from the sidewalk, does a piqué arabesque, and chasses into a grand tourneau en l'air. I've got my answer, I managed to say through my laughter. The rain is thick now, but the sky here never belches thunder and lightning like the awe-inspiring storms on a spring or summer Alberta night. I miss those storms, with the sky as bright as midday with lightning rods. Here on the island, I always visualize the rain as someone sniveling and spitting. Not enough balls for a real storm crashing and electrifying the sky. I run my fingers through my hair, sopping wet. The sky's tears run in a stream down my nose, like an embanked river in the indent just above my lips, and cascade down off my chin. I am pulled back to the reality of the moment as a hand slips into mine. Chris runs ahead and pulls me along. Come on, I have to show you my house. The one I wrote the poem about? He exclaims with childlike fascination. It's this excitement for the simple things that truly draws my spirit to him. We approach and hover in front of an old, dark house. The doors and windows are boarded up. The yard is grown over with thistles, weeds, and litter. There are holes in the roof and shingles rustle in the wind. Wow, I say, entranced. I wonder what the hell happened. I think homes have personalities. Maybe this one's just died. Chris says, his voice stolen away by the night wind. Leaning on the black ironed fence, he recites the poem, never taking his eyes off the house. The house on Pembroke Street. Perhaps it began not so long ago, a dream at last within reach, a newlywed pair with a lifetime to share in a place not too far from the beach. The house became home and children were born, and the years far too quickly did fly. It's here where they stayed, those great memories were made of Christmas and 1st of July. The kids soon grew up and said their goodbyes and I love yous, and then they were gone. Like their parents had shown, they had kids of their own, and 50 more summers passed on. When the owners had died and the house went for sale, and was bought by a man from out east, then a family from Rome in search of a home, then a lawyer, a chef, and a priest. No one cared for the house like that newlywed pair who moved in not so long ago. Since then it's grown old and covered with mold and shakes when the wind starts to blow. The innocent house is condemned, nonetheless, by its judges' neglect and decay, and some men from uptown will come tear it down at noon on the 14th of May. On days that I happen to turn down that street and see the house as I go by, I swear I can hear the strange laughter and cheer of Christmas and 1st of July. It's an old empty house, but still a home, and there's more here than just wood and stone. The love that once reigned is still here, contained in this house with a soul of its own. Maybe one day I'll write a poem about us, Chris says, turning to me, his face an eerie mask in the moonlight. Still fixated on the vision of the house, we walk along silently for a while in the rain. Victoria is a wonderfully diverse city in its architecture. Many homes have been protected and preserved as historical buildings. As we haunt the night, these houses are alive. Some are mischievous, energized by eerie amber light from within. Others doze contentedly among dense foliage and blossoms. Oh wow, there's the ocean. I didn't think we had come this far already. Interrupts my study of the living brick, ornate facades, and Doric columns lining our path like sentinels. We walk down to the shore of Willows Beach. The storm is boasting its strength. The wind and rain slap my face. There's a constant rhythm of crashing waves that strikes me as both calming and energizing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to break up with Jeremy, Chris says as he steps closer and places his arms around me. I am in complete and utter ecstasy. Free. The chains of loneliness and longing have fallen from my heart. Memorize this moment. The wind tousles my soaked hair and the salty air of the sea laps the sandy beach strewn with driftwood. I'm within the safety of a friend's arms. My energy flows into him and I feel his energy coursing through me. I'm in love with you, I want to say. I stop myself. You don't know what love is. That word encompasses so much. It is to be used with caution. I hold Chris tighter and stare out at the surging sea. Above us, the sky is in battle. Dark clouds become mounted knights armed with lances. Galloping at breakneck speed, they collide, rotate rapidly around each other, and circle round to joust again. The entire world is in torment around us. The wind mocks and slaps the ocean, which retaliates with its tireless foaming and madly frothing waves on the shore. The grand oaks and maples lining the beach shudder with fright, their tops swaying like charismatic ecclesiastics trying to reckon with God. Are the angels and guardians in fact in battle over us? Is it our blossoming love they thunderously debate? Are they manifesting themselves in this storm to buck my courage and faith in us? Or are they fervently casting premonition and warning across the dark canvas of the midnight sky? I think I'm falling in love with you. The guttural words spring from my heart before my head can judge their consequences. Taking his head off my shoulder, Chris stares into my eyes, searching my soul for the truth in my words. Our lips brush each other. The chill of the cold rain in our mouths sends a thrill to my stomach, like being on a roller coaster. My desire to make this moment eternal seems insatiable. The storm grows louder in my ears. My previously absent lightning now sends a blast of light across my closed eyes. Black, white, red, blue. Is this love? God, I sure hope so. Angels, take heed. A choice has been made. Align the stars accordingly.
That's a wrap for this chapter of Boy Midflight. I hope you enjoyed the ride with Ashley and his friends as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. If you're as impatient as I am and just can't wait to see what happens next, you can help me out and grab the full story today. The paperback, ebook, and even the audiobook are all available. Links are waiting for you in the show notes and about section. While you're here, don't forget to subscribe to the Border to Border Entertainment YouTube channel so you won't miss a single chapter. If you've got a friend who loves a love story, why not share this podcast with them? Got thoughts, questions, or just want to chat about what you just heard? Drop a comment below. I love reading them and will do my best to answer your questions. Thanks for listening. And until next time, keep dreaming big and loving boldly. Go make your own love story. I'll see you in the next chapter.
What's a man gotta do? What's a man gotta do to get close to feeling like I'm heading in the right direction? I always find myself coming back to the question, ooh. What's a man gotta do? What's a man gotta do to get close to you? I spend my time in the shadows looking for proof, but I can't open the blinds no matter what I do. I'm climbing the walls, but I fall and blame it all on you. And blame it all on you. Banging on your door till you finally come through. Sometimes I can't say what I want to. Ooh. What's a man gotta do? What's a man gotta do to get close to feeling like I'm heading in the right direction? I always find myself coming back to the question, ooh, yeah. What's a man gotta do? What's a man gotta do to get close to you? What's a man gotta do? What's a man gotta do to get close to you? Finally come through. Hardest tongue tied, can't say what I want to. Cause I feel like I'm heading in the wrong direction. I always find myself coming back to the question, ooh. What's a man gotta do? What's a man gotta do to get close to you? What's a man gotta do? What's a man gotta do to get close to you?